It is impossible for me to remember a time when I was so afraid for what the future holds, and at the same time, feeling so much promise for what America can be. We literally sit 24 hours away from either driving our country towards freedom and prosperity at the level that we've never seen before, or taking the wrong exit and heading our country more towards communism. And I don't say that lightly. A lot of times people use communism as lightly as they do the word racist or love for that matter. But when we see the things that Kamala Harris champions for, and then tries to reverse it because it doesn't go popular on a poll, you know and I know that once she has power in her hand and she no longer has to worry about winning an election, that she is going to dictate and drive this country towards the fundamental transformation that Barack Obama swore to back when he was running for re-election. Barack Obama screwed up. He went after Obamacare before he did immigration. He thought he would have all the time in the world to have his fundamental transformation, but he sort of scored it wrong. And so what he's been doing ever since Donald Trump took office in 2016 is he's been playing chess. He's been moving around the pieces, trying to make it so this way he could ensure that his prophecy would come true, that this country would be fundamentally transformed into something we have no idea when we look in the mirror what it is that we're looking at. Look outside, look around you, look on your news feed, look on the DML News app, listen to podcasts, watch the news. Simply just drive down to your local school, go into your local hospital, go to the stores. How many people are you looking at that have no right to be here? How many people are around you who don't know a single word of English? How afraid of you are you now that crime is going to sneak up on you and grab you or one of your loved ones? Do you go to bed at nighttime feeling safe as if, don't worry about it, there's no way a nuclear bomb will ever go off in America? How can you feel like that when we had a spy balloon go across our country? Nobody shot it down. Nobody seemed to even care, including the press. It was almost a ha-ha moment. We have had roughly 15 million people unchecked cross our borders over the past 3.5 years. And all the media can focus on is whether Trump did or did not say something negative about Kamala Harris. We have women being raped, children being murdered, men losing their jobs, and it's like half the country just doesn't give a rat's ass. I'm going to play a commercial that Donald J. Trump played over the weekend, and I think it fits perfectly into the last 24 hours as a country awaits to see whether or not it goes along the lines of freedom or goes to the hellish pit of communism. Ryan, play the video.
"4 years ago, we took a wrong turn and lost our purpose. We lost the strength that makes Americans who we are. If we dared to speak the truth, it was called hate speech, and our values were labeled shameful. That's when everything we care about fell apart. We surrendered our borders, our paychecks, and our courage. Our patriotism was called toxic. Men could beat up women and win medals, but there was no prize for the guy who got up every day to do his job. Now we're being asked to settle for the way things are. And we're wondering if America can make a comeback. We can, because we've done it before. When we get knocked down, we don't stay down, we get up again. We fight, we fight, we fight."
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Think about what he just said, and I'll add to it. somehow in a very short period of time, instead of convincing our sons and daughters to grow up and be doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, or something special, we now have people telling our children that they could be something different simply by chopping off their sex organs. Each one of us, including the President and Vice President of the United States, locks our house at nighttime, and in many cases have put fences around our homes. It sort of defines my house versus your home. It also is a measure of keeping ourselves safe. You're encouraged to do this. And yet we're leaving our country wide open. We've torn down any sort of fencing or line that says this is our country. You can't come in unless we give you permission. How did that happen? Why did that happen? We are on the cusp of taking every single last of the 100, 200 plus years that we have been a country and literally flushing it down the toilet bowl if we allow Kamala Harris to take the keys and grab the wheel and drive this country. It's almost as if we've got a death wish, almost as if we're Evel Knievel. We want to put ourselves in this crazy corner. And like in some Tom Cruise movie, when we're just dangling from a string and about to snap, that somehow, some way, we're going to save ourselves, jump on top of the train and kill all evil. Well, this isn't a movie. This isn't a Hollywood script. This is real. And we are dangling from a string. And the only way that we are going to be able to prevail is if we get out and vote in numbers that are historic. So tomorrow, if it's raining like cats and dogs, if it's snowing or hailing, even if it gets to 115 degrees and you're looking at a line that looks like it's 2 or 3 hours long, before you go complaining about how long and how far and how deep and how hard it is to get on that line, remember that the 3 hours that you may have to sacrifice will feel like nothing if you are subjected to Kamala Harris and the communism that she will bring to your country. Your investments will be spoiled. Your freedoms will be stripped. Your rights will be taken away. You won't even be able to complain about it. And we'll get to that in a minute. Everything that you've worked for up to this date in your life, whether you're 24 years old like my son Ryan, or whether you're 94 years old, everything that you've worked for to this point can be stripped away from you in 24 hours. We've been talking about this election for years. It started off with Joe Biden, and now it's ended with Barack Obama's female self. We are up against a giant. This is a David and Goliath situation. Goliath is made up of George Soros and the World Economic Forum and China and the World Health Organization and all those horrible 3-letter agencies that no longer understand what it is their mission statement is, and the swamp and the likes of Clintons and Obamas and Harris and the Bidens. The horrible people that call you garbage, the horrible people who call you deplorable, the horrible people who say that you're killers and Nazis and Hitler-like because you simply want closed borders, affordable health care, and the laws of this country to be fulfilled. You are 24 hours away from being able to save your country or kiss it goodbye. There has never been an election like this. They're going to cheat. They're going to try to steal. They're going to do everything they possibly can. We've showed you the videos. We've showed you the proof. We've showed you everything you need. And then they're going to tell you you're a freaking liar if you bring it out. It is time to fight back. You don't need a gun. You don't need a knife. You don't need to be a black belt. All you need to do is pull the lever and bring everybody you know with you. If there's somebody who can't make it tomorrow because they don't have a car, you pick them up. You do whatever you got to do tomorrow. Tomorrow is your chance to be part of the greatest generation. When we look at the greatest generation and we look at Normandy, we watch men charge that beach knowing the fact that their demise was almost imminent. But it wasn't, because the brave got through. The brave survived. Not everybody. Some people had to give the greatest sacrifice. And those who didn't fought as hard as they possibly could, not just for the men who they had to leave behind, but for generations to come that they wouldn't even know, that they would never ever meet. Tomorrow is your day to storm the beach. Tomorrow is your day to do your part. If we don't win this election, your voice, my voice, and every voice that we've come to learn, to respect and love and cherish and agree with will be silenced, removed, and destroyed. We have allowed places like Facebook to dictate what we see and what we don't see, what we can say and what we can't say, to tell us what a violation is and what a violation is not. How did we allow this to happen? And we keep feeding them money and feeding them opportunity because we keep logging in. Damn it, it's time to stand up and take a stand against the wrong that has taken this country and thrown it into the toilet bowl. You and I stand to be the difference. Get out and vote, and then tell the world how you voted. And be proud of it, damn it. Go get a piece of cardboard and write Trump on it and put it on your front door if you need to. This country is worth fighting for. And if you don't remember what it was once like, if you've kind of lost that chill that you get when you think about how patriotic you are inside when given the chance to showcase it. Every single time that Trump takes the stage, he's always played the Lee Greenwood song, Proud to be an American. There's a new version of it. For those of you just listening, block out everything and just listen to these words and let the music inspire you. For those of you who are watching, not only allow your ears to hear the beautiful music, but let your eyes and your heart see the beauty of this country. Play it, Ryan.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. And thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me.
So with 24 hours left, I ask you to proudly stand up. Fight for what you believe in. Fight for your country. Fight for your family. Fight for your neighbor. And fight for yourself. Fight for a country that has given us every opportunity that there is on earth. I'm a prime example of it. I'm so lucky to be able to work with my 2 boys and my daughter every single day. And that's something I want to fight for. I don't want to have Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, or anybody, George Soros, or anybody strip that away from me. And I'm willing to fight for it no matter what it takes. And I know what it takes right now. It takes my vote. And it takes me and you and everybody we know to go out and remind people of how beautiful this country can be when we allow people to have freedom, when we allow people to be inspired by somebody who wants to fight, fight, fight. And there's only one man in the race right now who's willing to do that for you, who no matter how hard that they've knocked him down, whether they've gone after his health, his money, his reputation, or his freedom, has always stood up and said, I'm going to fight. I'm proudly going to stand up next to you and defend the United States of America.